Hi everyone, you're welcome to this channel. If you're just visiting this channel for the first time, my name is Chukwunyere and I help you build healthy, happy and purposeful relationships that will influence cultures and transform society. And if you're yet to subscribe, kindly do that. And you can also share this video with friends if you find it very useful. By the end of this video, we'll know if you actually find it very useful, okay? So today I'm going to talk about something that a lot of people don't really talk about. They hardly talk about it, and it is about mental health. We're going to look at something very critical, and that is marriage and mental health. Marriage and mental health. So behind most or some happy couples, spouses or partners that are depressed, that are stressed, or experiencing burnout, or some form of anxiety or the other. And there is also the other partner who is feeling overwhelmed, who is feeling emotionally detached as a result of the entire experience, and sometimes feeling frustrated. One of the things that I've come to discover as a result of my counseling and therapy sessions with people is that marriage sometimes will not immune you from mental health challenges, but then it's a platform that can help hold you together, that can support you to be able to go through any of those challenges in any phase of your life. There are people who get married, they are happy, they're excited, and the woman gets pregnant and gives birth, and then she begins to experience postpartum depression. This is a mental health situation that she probably didn't know would happen to her. This is new to her, but then it's impacting her in a lot of ways. She's depressed, she's feeling anxious, she's feeling moody, she's detached, she's not feeling any form of intimacy whatsoever with her partner. And the man, on the other hand, is trying to support, but then it's difficult, it's challenging. He doesn't know what to do, he doesn't know how to support her. And that can be a very critical period in the marriage, and it's very important to understand what to do at a time like this. It's very important to know what to do, both as the person who is going through the situation and as the person who is supporting the person going through the situation. So it is very important to understand something, that the struggles are there for so many people. It can happen to anyone, okay? So the most important thing is, how do you as a couple walk through it? Some traumatic experience may happen, or a tragic experience may happen, like the loss of a loved one, and it can lead to a mental health condition. Challenges can come to one. Lots of stress, burnout, even from work and all of that, can lead to a mental health situation. So it's important to understand that if that happens to you, there are things that you must do to ensure that you don't get drowned by it, and you're able to come out of it. Okay, so let's look at what mental health issues can look like in marriage. Because sometimes some people may be experiencing certain things, they don't know what it is, they can't name it because they don't know what it is, and it's causing problems in their relationships. And for some people, it has led to the breakdown of that marriage, because they didn't actually know what they're going through and they didn't know how to walk around it. So one thing that could look like a mental health issue in a marriage is constant irritability or emotional withdrawal. So when you are in a situation where there's that constant irritability, whatever your partner does, or your kids or anyone around you, you are irritated. Things that normally wouldn't irritate you before, it's now making you feel very irritated. You're angry at everyone, screaming at everyone. You don't want to talk to anyone, and there's that emotional withdrawal. So there's that detachment between you and your spouse. You're not connecting. You're refusing to connect with them. It could be a mental health issue. The second thing is sudden changes in sleep or appetite. So your sleep cycle may change. You find it difficult to sleep at night. You're always awake, and you don't have appetite to eat. In some cases, some people overeat. So that could be something that you need to look at. It could be a mental health issue. The third thing is loss of interest in intimacy or communication. You just completely lost interest in talking with your spouse, sharing moments with your spouse. You don't want to be intimate with them. You don't want to be vulnerable with them. You don't want to share emotional times with them. You don't want to play with them. Those things that you used to do, that used to be routine and normal for you, you're no longer interested in doing them. Then this could be a mental health issue in your marriage that you need to look at. Another thing is emotional outburst or extreme silence. For some people, it's that emotional outburst. They are angry, they scream, they shout, they cry, and then for some other people, it's the silence. They just keep quiet. They don't want to talk to anybody. They withdraw. They want to stay in the room. They're not interested in having conversations. And this is normally not the way that you used to live or used to be. Then there could be a mental health issue here. Fatigue or lack of motivation is another. Some people, they're always tired. They want to just stay in the room, stay under the duvet. They don't want to eat. They don't want to interact with the world. They want to be in the dark. And they're not motivated to do anything or even go to work. And for some people, it's overthinking, and also, of course, that isolation that I talked about earlier. So these aren't signs that the person is lazy, okay, or unloving, because as the partner who is not experiencing this, you may interpret it as they've started becoming lazy or they are not loving anymore. It could be that this is a mental health issue that they are dealing with, but they don't even know, and they don't know how to communicate it. And so it's important to understand that. And, there may be signs that they are hurting or something is wrong, and means that there's need for you to respond. It means that these changes require immediate response. Okay, so especially if the person wasn't behaving like this before, it wasn't their normal behavior, it's important to understand that this change requires response. That's very important. Now, let's look at how to support a spouse with mental health struggles. It's important to be very understanding when you have a partner who is going through mental health issues. It could be overwhelming, it could be tiring, it could be difficult, especially even when you want to be intimate with them or spend time with them and they don't want to. And they're always irritated, they want to isolate themselves and all of that. It could be overwhelming, it could be frustrating. But then it's important to understand what to do to support someone like that. The first thing is, do not take it personally. Do not take it personally. Your partner's mood may not be what you want it to be. The silence, the frustration, they are not things that express that they don't love you. They are just signs that show that they are crying for help. That's how you should interpret it. Okay, so don't take it personally. Don't see it as they are rejecting you, but see it as they are crying for help and they need you to come help them. They need you to support them. So whatever actions that they express that may even be hurtful to you, that may feel like you're being rejected, do not take it personally. See it as a cry for help and be intentional about helping them. Create emotional safety for them. Okay, there is need for them to feel that emotional safety around you. Okay, let your spouse know that they can be real with you. They can say their hearts out with to you. They can be vulnerable with you because you will not judge them, and you will not even put the pressure on them to snap out. There are people who will be like, you need to snap out of this mood. You need to snap out of this situation and get yourself together. No. Be that person who will not put pressure on them, to snap out of whatever it is that they're going through. But then just your presence, your patience, and your love is that thing that they need, to pull through the situation that they're going through. So be an emotional safety net for them. Be that person that they can come to and they know that they are safe. You won't judge them, you won't pressure them whatsoever, and you always be there for them in patience, in love, and in kindness. That's important. Then encourage professional help without shame, because a lot of times, especially as Black people, we don't want to see a therapist, we don't want to see a counselor because we don't think it's important, or because they would term us crazy, and so we don't want to do that. But we need a therapist, we need a counselor, we need a professional who can help us through whatever mental health issue or situation that we are going through. So encourage getting help the same way you would if they had physical illness, because that's how we should think about mental health. Mental health is a disease condition, or a health condition that is affecting the mind, just like when there is a physical illness, when someone is suffering from malaria or typhoid or whatsoever, you take them to the hospital. It's the same way when there is an illness of the mind, they should be taken to someone who would help take care of it. Okay, so that's why we all need a therapist, we need a counselor whenever there is a mental health issue. So encourage seeing a professional, encourage professional help. It is very important. And then take care of yourself as well. Sometimes taking care of someone who has mental health challenges or mental health issue could take a while, and that can also take a toll on you because you're helping, you're supporting, you're patient, you are kind, you are being present, but then you experience rejection, you experience frustrations. They make you feel like you're the problem. They shout, they scream, they get angry, and so many things happen. It's important that you take care of yourself. It's important that self-care is something that you also prioritize, because you need to be healthy to take care of someone else. Just like the aircraft rule would say that in the case of an emergency, first put on your oxygen mask before you help some other person. Okay, so it's very important, because you can't really save or help someone else if you've not been able to help yourself. So focus on yourself as well, and ensure that self-care is something that you need to do. And then the last thing that I would say here is pray together, and or find spiritual grounding. Pray together. You may not be able to connect physically, you may not be able to connect emotionally, but there is always that tendency to connect spiritually. So it's important to pray together with them. You can connect at that level, because prayers actually does work. Okay, whenever that thing fails, I've seen how prayer can help connect people. I've seen how God can answer prayers, and prayer can actually help with healing process for a lot of people. So create an environment where the both of you can pray together, or find that spiritual grounding between the two of you. Okay, that's really very critical. So if you're dealing with depression, if you're dealing with anxiety or trauma in marriage, I want you to hear this. You are not weak, you are not broken. Okay, you are not a failure, and you're not a burden. All right, these things can happen. You are not weak, you are not a failure, you are not a burden, and you are not broken. All right, and you can be healed from it. You can get through this. Okay, so ask for help. It's very important. Ask for help. Talk to your partner when you feel any of these signs and agree to be helped, okay? Because a lot of times some of us don't want to be helped. Agree to be helped. That's important. See a counselor. Let people be there for you. Healing is important. Your healing matters a lot. So let people be there for you. And if it's impacting your marriage as well, understand something, that your marriage can still thrive. Your marriage can still thrive. Just ensure that you do the things that will help you make progress, even despite how you feel and despite what's going on. Mental health is not a marriage killer. That's one thing you should understand. But avoiding it is what is a marriage killer. Mental health can happen, to anyone. Some people may not understand that that's what they're going through per time. But avoiding it, not talking about it, not seeking for help is what impacts negatively on your marriage. And so you need to understand that. And like I said earlier, just like people have physical health issues, people can have mental health issues. So you treat the situation and then the person will be okay. So when we bring our struggles into light, we give ourselves and our partners the gift of truth and the chance to heal. When we bring our situations or our struggles into light, we'll give ourselves and our partners the gift of truth and the chance to heal. That's very important. I'll round up with this. Marriage is not for perfect people. Marriage is not for perfect people. Marriage is for imperfect people who are seeking to improve, seeking to grow, seeking to get better. And in spite of the challenges that they face, they are walking through it, and they are doing it together as a team to ensure that their marriage thrives and their marriage works. Okay, so don't look at yourself as someone who is causing damage to your marriage because you're having struggles. No, see it as this is part of life, and what makes our marriage strong is that we are working together to go through this challenge, overcome it, and achieve the success that we plan to achieve. I hope this helps. I hope this has added value to your knowledge, and it can help to improve on your relationship and your marriage. If you find this useful, share with friends, like and comment, and also subscribe to this channel. Till I come your way next time, take care of yourselves and have a beautiful, beautiful marriage and relationship. Bye.